Welcome to a Week 11 recap edition of Three's a Crowd. I'm Preston Vargas alongside Eli Atwood. And Eli, big Sunday night game last night for the NFC race. Lions taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. Eagles win that game. What was the big takeaway?
Yeah, big defensive game, not really the offensive shootout as some may have predicted, right? Vic
Yeah,
Fangio's defense pretty stifling. Seems like Jared Goff wasn't able to do too much in that game, right? And the
yeah,
Eagles finished their Bears-Eagles alliance
yes.
game there. Both teams going 3 for 3 versus the opponent.
hmm
What's the big takeaway for you, Preston?
I'm the For me, the takeaway is the Eagles offense struggled, that's for sure, but their defense is dominant. And they stopped Detroit on like four fourth downs, and then Dan Campbell was criticized for going for it on fourth down, but you got to realize in the situation what he was dealing with, the wind was blustering in Philadelphia, like 30-mile-an-hour gusts. I saw in the pregame, they showed it on NBC last night, where kickers were missing in warm-ups. That's how bad it was.
Yeah, that could sometimes be the criticism there with Campbell is he just goes for it a little too much.
But I could see why in that situation. If you're on the Philadelphia 40, it's a fourth and short. I could see why you would go for it. And also they got stopped on a fake punt attempt.
Yeah, I heard something about that as well.
But I think this for the NFC race, the Eagles are definitely the best team in the NFL. That addition, Jalen Phillips on the Eagles defense is really helping them a lot. This could be their version of the Rams getting Von Miller back in 2021 at the deadline.
Yeah, just enough.
And then I think if Saquon Barkley can get going, the Lions stopped them a bunch, but I think the offense, if they have the weapons to get better, once they do, I think they're the favorites to win the Super Bowl in back-to-back years.
Yeah, and going over to the other Super Bowl potential favorite here, the Chiefs at Broncos game. What do you think about that? With the Broncos dethroning the Chiefs here, are they a Super Bowl contender?
I would say yes at this point. I think they have the one of the best defenses in the league. And you said one of the Super Bowl favorites. The Chiefs were the Super Bowl favorite. The Broncos are another. I think they're the favorites to come out of the AFC now. The Broncos are. They've shown they can win big games. It was ugly at first, but they found a way to get pressure on Mahomes when it mattered most, and that's when the Broncos really stepped on the Chiefs' neck and got the I think they're ahead 3.5 games over the Kansas City Chiefs. It also helps that the Chargers got shellacked at Jacksonville,
Yeah, for sure. That helps them out.
but for the AFC West race, it's done. I don't think that Christmas Day game matters anymore for either of those teams. That's only for playoff positioning now. And for Kansas City to even get into the playoffs, I mean, they're the 9 seed in the AFC at this point.
Yeah, they're definitely a little bit out of it now.
You lost the tiebreaker to Jacksonville a couple weeks ago, and then you got the Chargers coming up soon. But first, you got to play the Colts and then the Cowboys on Thanksgiving, and then another potential tie-breaking scenario with the Houston Texans, who aren't looking that bad right now.
Yeah, for sure. A lot of tiebreakers that are going to come into play. You got to start winning games if you want to avoid that.
But yeah, the divisional race is done for Kansas City. Denver's got that over them. Now it's only a matter of time for who gets the wild card spot.
Yeah, for sure.
Then moving on to the Bears defeating the Vikings in Minnesota, sending us top of the North with that Lions loss. How far can the Bears go this season?
The Bears are making a run. The thing that I like from the Bears is we're able to win games at the end. That's something that the Bears have always struggled with, and this season it's been a strength. So if we're able to continue that, we could beat just about any team if we hold through them. It's just we got to avoid getting blown out like against the Ravens and the Lions, those type of games.
I mean, like you said, we're 7-3 with a -4 point differential, but that doesn't matter. We're 7-3. We find ways to win.
Exactly.
That's the key. You got to beat the teams that are bad. That's that should be a given. I mean, you beat the teams on your schedule. You can't control who you play. You control how you beat them, and that's the key. And the Bears are 7-3 because of that. Because we have a coach that knows how to win.
Yeah, exactly. We're able to get these games done.
The upcoming stretch, we got the Pittsburgh Steelers on Sunday. That's a winnable game with Aaron Rodgers, but I think he might be ruled out for that one. Not officially, but he's more than likely not going to play with that slight break in his wrist.
Yeah, I could see that. I think
Then we
it's
got
pretty unlikely he
Philadelphia
plays.
on the Black Friday game. Unfortunately, I think that's going to be a loss for us. But we got the Packers twice in December. That's gonna that's the big game to determine
Yeah,
if
we
we
need
win
to
the
win at least
division.
one of those.
And then the Lions game to end the season. The Bears, I think we could possibly go on a run in the playoffs if we can get healthy on defense. That's the thing, we're not healthy on defense. Jalen Johnson, he's gonna come back soon. His practice window opened up last week. Once we get him back and others like Kyler Gordon, TJ Edwards, I think the Bears can hold down their opponents even further.
Yeah, I think the main thing to watch out for is the D line, The run
Yeah.
D is definitely not strong.
And we got to get to the pass rusher quickly. And
Yeah, exactly.
that's been a problem for us this season. But when the pass rush gets going, it works good.
Yeah, for sure. It can be good. It's just a matter of if it's a day you get a good day or a bad day.
So right now, if the season were to end today, we would host the Packers in the wild card round. I think we could beat the
You
Packers in the
know?
playoffs.
Yeah, I think so. Especially at home.
I think we sweep them this season, go 3-0 against them.
Yeah, hopefully.
But the thing is, the Detroit Lions, as of now, they are on the outside looking into the playoffs, which is shocking to say the least.
Yeah, definitely not the situation we expected them in. We get after the beginning of this season.
No, absolutely not.
So going into the next game here, we got the Bengals and Steelers. The Jamar Chase spitting incident. What all
Yep.
do you think out of that?
I mean, first of all, you gotta Jamar Chase, what are you doing? You're one of the best superstars in the NFL. And you go on to spit on another player. I'm Jalen Ramsey, we know he can trash talk. But that's over the line spitting. I mean, you gotta suspend him for at least 2 games.
Yeah, I
This isn't
definitely think a
acceptable.
suspension needs to happen, especially since he wasn't ejected from the game.
Jalen Ramsey was the one ejected from the game for throwing a punch. It was
Yeah.
rightfully so to throw a punch at someone who would do that.
Yeah, I mean, I think they should both be ejected because you can't be throwing a punch, but at the same time, it is justified. It's just,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, you should be ejected for throwing the punch and for spitting. The refs
exactly.
didn't
Yeah.
catch it on the field, but the league office caught it
Oh, yeah,
on the
for
camera.
sure.
Uh, And in a lost season for the Bengals where you don't have your quarterback, you could be down your best receiver now too for the next couple games with a suspension. The Bengals, it's past time for them to look to next year, in my opinion.
Yeah, for sure. I don't think they're going to be able to make it out this year.
Yeah.
It's kind of been the problem with Joe Burrow throughout his career is when he gets hurt.
I mean, when he gets hurt, that's what the slow starts were for. He wasn't healthy to start most seasons. And then
Yeah,
when he finally
exactly.
gets healthy, they go on a run. Now
And
the
the
practice
Bengals team
window
is
did open.
so,
He's is targeted to play on Thanksgiving against the Baltimore Ravens. But after that, you got a gauntlet coming up. You got the Bills and Ravens back to back before an easier slate to end the season with the Dolphins, Chargers, and Browns, which I unfortunately I don't think that Joe Burrow can save them
Yeah, it's just too little, too late.
for sure.
And then going into the next game, team the Bears have lost to the Ravens playing the Browns. Shador Sanders makes his NFL debut. What are your thoughts there, Preston?
It wasn't pretty. The fans were excited when he first came in, but that's when all the excitement ended. He went 4 for 16, 47 yards and one interception. And you put this stat out there, 13 and a half point passer rating, the worst in NFL history. But what I heard from the locker room after the game is that it on the field that day, that was the first time they heard his cadence.
Okay, yeah. That's just
So,
lack of preparation by the coaches then.
and usually for most teams on Fridays, the backup gets first team reps in case the quarterback goes out because you're one play away. And to
Yeah,
have
exactly.
that be the first time the offensive line hears your cadence,
Yeah, that's pretty absurd.
I think this goes on coaching. I mean, this is a fireable offense for Kevin Stefanski. I mean, what are you doing?
Yeah,
Not
that's
giving
pretty
first
bad
team
if
reps.
true.
I mean, when Joe Flacco was there, did Dylan Gabriel get first team reps?
Yeah. I think the thing to look at too, though, is it's not completely on Stefanski. I mean, this is a pretty terrible performance, cadence or not. I mean, four
Yeah.
for 16 is pretty unacceptable from NFL standards. I do think this will silence some of the people who are mad about him not getting picked in the first round or in the top three round or whatever.
I mean, he's being set up to fail with the Browns organization, in my opinion.
I mean, to some extent, but whenever you can't even make 25% of, well, you can only make 25% of your passes. That's why.
And this
He's
is
not
on
an
the day
NFL
when
quarterback.
Miles Garrett had another four sack performance.
Yeah, Miles Garrett's probably running away with Defensive Player of the Year at this point.
Without him, the Browns are 0-10.
Yeah, for sure.
You had
He's
a
the
good quarterback in Joe Burrow, but you decided to go to the rookie, and he's played well in Cincinnati.
Yeah, he has.
But and then on a day where Lamar Jackson he struggled a bit. He went 193 yards, no touchdowns, two picks. It's not like he had the best day either. And it was a one possession game at the end. And
Yeah,
Shador
very much a
Sanders had the
winnable
ball in his
game.
hand. He couldn't capitalize.
And that's what you get. And then moving on, we've got the Seahawks playing the Rams. Bad performance from Darnold. Definitely, at least when it comes to interceptions. What are your thoughts there with this game?
I'm Darnold. I think he's still a good quarterback, but you go no touchdowns, four picks. Your team didn't find the end zone until late in the fourth quarter. I mean, Sam Darnold just has a Rams problem. We saw it in the playoff game last year against them when he was with the Vikings. He didn't
That's
play
true. The
that
team didn't
well
know how to
either.
stop him.
I mean, I think Sam Darnold, he's good until he gets to the big moments where he sees the ghost of the Jets past.
The black cat on the field.
I mean, you have to Jackson Smith and Jigba. He had a pretty solid outing, 9 receptions, 105 yards, but that's about it. Only JSN can only take you so far,
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you got to be able to produce every position.
and you can't throw 4 interceptions like that. I mean, and the Rams are a good defense, don't get me wrong, but 4 interceptions should be unacceptable. and he outplayed Matthew Stafford in terms of yards,
Yeah.
more than double Matthew Stafford's passing yards.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's one of those things where it's like he was good until he wasn't, you know. It was like good game overall, just too many picks.
I mean, for sure. And the Seahawks, their schedule coming up, they got the Tennessee Titans. That's going to be a get right game for him on the road. But you play the Rams again Thursday night football, December 18th. I think that will really decide who wins the NFC North.
Yeah, that'll probably be the game. I agree.
Yeah.
And then next up, Michael Penix suffering a potentially season-ending knee injury. That game for the Falcons. What are your thoughts from that game?
I mean the Falcons going to overtime. They they went to overtime, obviously lost that game, but obviously the bigger story, Michael Penix Jr. Potentially his season could be over. He's getting a second opinion, so we don't know if he's out for the season, but if it is, I mean, Falcons lost five straight games, and in a season where they thought they could compete with the Bucks for the division. I mean, it's unacceptable at this point for the team. And we hear it from Shane every week that he thinks the coach should be fired. And I think so
Yeah,
too if
for
you lose
sure.
five straight games like this.
Yeah, five straight's pretty bad, and just the fashion that they're losing these games too, you know.
I mean, go to overtime twice in a row and you lose.
Yeah. And I mean, they allowed Bryce Young to have the best game of his career.
He had
Like
448 yards and three
Bryce Young.
touchdowns.
Yeah.
I didn't know Bryce Young could sling the ball like that.
Yeah, I mean that's the first time he's done it, I think, honestly.
I mean, we're used to Bryce Young getting like 200 yards at the most.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Let me double check his game log. His previous best game, 328 yards on the road against Arizona. And that was the only other time he reached over 200 yards in a game.
Wow. Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
So this is a big outlier performance from Bryce Young in his young career. But it
But
shows that he shows flashes. I think Bryce Young could be a solid QB.
yeah, hopefully for the Panthers' sake, this is a bit of a turnaround for Young and not just like a Mitchell Trubisky crazy game like we've seen in the past.
I mean, he's got a clear number one receiver in the rookie Tedero McMillan.
Yeah, big game for him as well.
130 yards, two touchdowns on only eight receptions. He's a red zone target. I think he got me. Let me check to see how many fantasy points he got me.
It was over 20.
Um, McMillan had 33 fantasy points for me
There you go.
this week, and I'm on a good streak in that one league.
Yeah,
I think I've won
that's
like
good.
I think this will be my fourth straight win, getting back in the playoff picture.
Yeah, I have a league where I have McMillan, and I believe on my fourth straight win after losing seven straight to start.
Oh wow, it's
Yeah,
that league.
yeah, I'm turning it around. So
Yeah,
I think I won't be last after this week as long as everyone else loses, who or someone else loses. So
yeah. And then we go to our Monday night preview tonight on ESPN at 8:15. The Cowboys go into Las Vegas to take on the Raiders. Now, not the best matchup on paper, but what do you expect from this one?
yeah, maybe not the best matchup, but we might see a bit of an offensive game here. And pick 'em, I went ahead and actually took the Raiders because
Oh
not
yeah.
because I think the Raiders will actually be able to cover the spread, but more because I'm in second place currently, and I feel like the guy in first place is probably taking the Cowboys, so Raiders might be my only chance.
And the Raiders are
So
they're at home, and
yeah, I'm definitely going to be hoping the Raiders get this one.
the over-under is at 50. I'm gonna hammer that over.
Yeah, for sure. I could see it being an offensive game.
I mean, Dak Prescott's gonna have to show up if the Cowboys want to win tonight. And for the
Yeah, for
Raiders,
sure.
Brock Bowers has to be the focal point. If you the defense somehow covers Brock Bowers, then I think that the Cowboys win this game easily.
Yeah, honestly, Brock Bowers just about the only good player on that offense.
I mean, you got Max Crosby, oh, he's on defense.
Well, offense,
Yeah, on
yeah,
offense, he's their number one weapon.
yeah.
Other than Jacoby Myers, who's good on and off, but not a solid
Didn't he
number
get
one.
traded?
Did they trade him?
I think so.
But they also got Ashton Genty, who,
Yeah, he's on the Jaguars now.
oh,
I think
that's right,
Trey Tucker. If Trey
Trey
Tucker, he's
Tucker.
not great.
Brock Bowers is definitely your number one receiver.
Yeah, for sure.
And they got Ashton Genty, who's he's not having a rookie of the year type of season, but
Yeah, he's been okay.
I think he'll be okay once he gets to the second year.
Yeah, I could see that.
Let's
Yeah,
get
one
a
of their
final
starting receivers is Jack Beck.
Jack Bash.
Definitely not who you want.
He's got a great story coming out of college, but he's definitely not a number one receiver that you want.
Yeah.
Let's get a final game pick here. Who do you think's gonna win this one?
I picked the Raiders and pick them, but at the same time, I still think the Cowboys are going to win it.
What's the score gonna be?
I could see the Cowboys 35, Raiders 29.
Cowboys 35, Raiders 29.
Yep,
But you picked the Raiders to cover the spread.
I did, but that was not because I think the Raiders are actually going to do it. That was
Oh,
just a strategic play.
okay. I see where you're going. For me, I think the Cowboys win this one 40 to 27.
40 to 27. Yeah, I can see it.
And that's going to do it for us today. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button where our goal is to get 50 subscribers by Thanksgiving. Leave a like and join us again on Friday for another show. Thank you guys for watching.